राजा, है तू रामायण की सीता सी, है धरती की स्थिरता तुझ में, है धरती की स्थिरता तुझ में, है था तुझ में सागर सी, है सृष्टि का प्रारंभ तुझसे, है शक्ति आकाश अनंत सी।
Jai Shri Ram and a very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on the day when resilience, femininity and power gets together to paint a beautiful picture. We come together to celebrate the phenomenal universe of womanhood.
Indeed, Aditya, today is not just about words, it's about action, inspiration and redefining possibilities. We stand here together to honor strength, break stereotypes and uplift voices that deserve to be heard.
I, Aditya Srivastav,
And I, Vandana Tiwari, feel privileged to be your guide throughout this revolutionary event.
welcome to Sangini 4.0. Sangini is not just an event, it's a movement led by the Gender Sensitization and Equality Initiative Society of Names. It's a platform where ideas meet action, where empowerment is not just a word which needs to be discussed, but it is something that is truly celebrated.
And I must say that it would truly be crime to not thank our mentors and teachers coordinators, Dr. Sanam Sharma ma'am, Ms. Smriti Sharma, Ms. Divisha Gupta, Ms. Shivangi Singh, Ms. Shifali Ahuja and Dr. Arpita Manchanda,
who have tirelessly worked to make this event a possibility.
We would like to extend our warm gratitude to the torchbearers of Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Management Studies, Dr. Nand Kishore Garg sir, founder, chairman of MATES. We are also thankful to Mr. Vineet Kumar Loya sir, our chairman. We are blessed to have our director, Dr. Rajni Malhotra Dhingra ma'am, all respected HODs and teachers coordinators who have supported and motivated us throughout this journey.
Every great beginning must be marked with the divine's blessing. To invoke positivity and wisdom, let's begin this special occasion with Ganesh Vandana, performed by the talented students of MAMES, Gitika, Mannat and Kia.
पुरवी प्रेम कृपा जयाची सर्वांगी सुंदर अतिशेंदुराची कंठी झळके माळ मुक्ता फळाची जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ती दर्शन मात्रे मन स्मरणे मात्रे मन कामना मूर्ती जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ती दर्शन मात्रे मन स्मरणे मात्रे मन कामना मूर्ती.
That truly was an amazing performance.
Let's have a huge round of applause for them once again. A lamp symbolizes knowledge, guidance, and the removal of darkness. To mark the beginning of this enlightening event, we invite our director of MAMES, Dr. Rajni Malhotra Dhingra ma'am, with all of the respected HODs and our distinguished guest for the light lamping ceremony. would like to request our esteemed guests and HODs to kindly remain on the stage for the felicitation proceedings. Hence, we would like to request Dr. Rajni Malhotra Dhingra ma'am to kindly felicitate Captain Dr. Sunana Singh, whose remarkable journey in the service of our great nation continues to inspire many. Captain Dr. Sunana Singh is a former Indian Army officer, former Intelligence Corps officer, and currently a professor of psychology at University of Delhi. Her journey exemplifies courage and resilience. She has served the nation with unwavering dedication, proving that no dream is too big.
Next, we invite Dr. Manoj Verma sir, HOD, Department of Business Administration, to present the token of appreciation to Mrs. Nandini Sharma, CEO of the Invincible Academy, who has been a driving force in empowering individuals through education and skill building. She has revolutionized education, ensuring that learning extends beyond textbooks and empowers individuals to achieve their true potential.
We would now request Dr. Praveen Kumar Gupta, HOD, Department of Law, to felicitate Advocate Yasna Sehgal ma'am, founder of media channel The Friendly Advocate, whose unwavering dedication to justice and legal accessibility has transformed lives. She has been a strong voice for justice and inclusion for all.
We request Dr. Manju Gupta, HOD, Department of Commerce, to felicitate Dr. Uday Narayan Sinha sir, whose expertise and insights have been invaluable in the field of mental health and societal well-being. We are blessed to have him as our moderator today. Sir is the head of the Department of Clinical Psychology at the Institute of Human Behavior and Allied Sciences. With his expertise in understanding human behavior and societal challenges, he will steer this discussion in a way that brings out deep insights and fresh perspective. We are honored to have you with us. With this, we extend our deepest gratitude to all our esteemed guests for gracing this event with their presence. A very good afternoon to everybody. So, I welcome all of you in the activity that is, you can say, initiated by you only, because the student approached me and they told me that they want to have this kind of event. And I'm really happy that they have successfully organized this event. First of all, it's my duty to welcome Captain Dr. Sunana Singh, whose courage and leadership inspires us. And definitely, it has broken down various boundaries and it will break boundaries and pursue excellence without fear. I also welcome Advocate Yasna, who I think so was my student only in WIPS. I welcome Yasna because she has achieved the success for herself and she is showing the path to many others. I also welcome Miss Nandini Sharma, a dynamic force in her field whose commitment to growth, empowerment and progress serve as an example for each one of us. I welcome Dr. Uday K. Sinha, whose insight into both professional and personal development have been invaluable for all of us.
I welcome Dr. Abbas. It was told that Dr. Abbas is the moderator. I welcome Dr. Abbas also. I welcome all the HODs who has given the support to this event and who all are present here to motivate the students. And I welcome also the convener of this event, Dr. Sanam, Ms. Smriti, Ms. Divisha, and the student convener of this team. The theme of this day is empowering women and redefining courage, and the speakers shows that yes, of course, we are redefining courage. Captain Sunaina itself, she herself is an example of redefining the courage. Advocacy is also a profession where on everyday basis we are redefining the courage, because the women are, you can say, entering into this profession, and this profession is full of struggles. With this, I congratulate and I hope that after this event you will learn a lot and you will feel yourself that you are the better person after hearing such a learned person. Ms. Sunaina, Ms. Yashna, Ms. Nandini, Dr. Rudhe and Dr. Abbas. Thank you so much.
We sincerely thank you, ma'am, for that heartfelt speech. Again, let's have a huge round of applause for ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward with today's event, we now bring you a segment that promises insight, inspiration, and an impactful conversation, our panel discussion. And for that panel discussion, I would kindly request all the guests to grace the panel with their presence.
Unique occasion where we are discussing redefining courage, and the discussion is happening in front of the live example of courage in front of us. We have three panelists. Army officer turned into the professor of psychology. Then we have a legal professional who has made significant impact in society, and then we have a business woman, highly successful. Now redefining courage, why we need to redefine courage? Is it that courage has hidden gender associated with it, and that has to be broken down? Started with the masculine concept to the feminine concept to the gender neutral concept. So are we looking for that kind of a discussion? What are the different shades of courage also will be understanding through the views of these highly successful women in the society. I will not waste time. I will just come to the topic and then try to understand what does courage mean to them and how much courageous they have been in their individual field, and what kind of price or the cost they had to pay, if I am allowed to say that. So let's try and understand that through their experiences. Now I would request Professor Sunaina to tell us as to how does she understand courage and how much courage she has been using in her life journey from an army officer to the academician.
So very warm good afternoon to everyone, and it's always so good to see young minds around. So if you ask me personally, courage, oh my God, I think this is the most beautiful emotion, and being in Fauj, traditionally अगर हम समझे तो this courage is being associated with bravery, and that too a physical bravery, but now with time, I think it's much more than that. And being a woman, if you ask me, it's much, much beyond that. So for me, courage is like, having that strength or having that kind of attitude, and the only attitude which is like, keep going. Keep going, I don't know where, but I have to keep going. The second most important thing is, I think, believing in yourself. And especially when no one else believes in yourself, if you have that kind of, attitude, yes, I do believe in myself. That is, the true meaning of courage to me. Also, I think for this young generation, it's very important, standing for right. And right is very subjective. I think जो दिल से निकलता है वो बहुत important है मेरे लिए. So, if you ask me, and if I had to choose one thing that defined my journey, again I'll say it would be courage only. Courage since childhood, you mark my word, बचपन से ही. I belong to a family, I belong to a very rural background. My backgrounds are very humble. गाँव में थे मेरे दादाजी. And let me tell you, मैंने उनसे courageous और उनसे बड़ा feminist आज तक कोई नहीं देखा है. And जब you have to be courageous, हमें कहीं ना कहीं society से अलग जाना पड़ता है. तो since childhood, I was playing. जो कहीं ना कहीं मेरे ज़माने में लड़कियों को खेलना इतना सही नहीं माना जाता था. I have always been doing. Then I joined Fauj. Yes. I was the first woman from my area, first women officer who joined defense services. So it was different. Then coming to the third, also leaving Fauj. It wasn't again easy for me, because at that time, all of the sudden, my mother instinct, when my son was born, my mother instinct overpowered everything. That career-oriented girl who always wanted to achieve everything in their life, and all of the sudden, my mother instinct overpowered everything. And again, I had the courage of taking a decision, what was right for me at that time. और कई बार चीजें ना सही या गलत नहीं होती है बच्चों, चीजें दिल से होती है. You have to feel what is right or wrong for you. You need to take that decision. और decisions कभी भी सही या गलत नहीं होते. Decisions बस ले लेने चाहिए. गलत भी होंगे, I think अगर हमारे decisions होंगे, we will be all the power we will be having to correct those decisions. Always remember that. After that also, journey is never easy. After leaving Fauj also, Fauj एक इतनी खूबसूरत सी organization है. I think वो training के through भी courage सिखाती है. I have been so blessed, born and brought up in a family, but still after joining Fauj, जब छोड़ा तो डर नहीं लगा. डर क्यों नहीं लगा? ऐसे लग रहा था यार जिंदगी में कुछ ना कुछ तो कर ही लूंगी. And that's how after leaving Fauj ने मुझे कभी नहीं छोड़ा. And that कि कुछ ना कुछ करना है, आपको चलते रहना है. Yes, it wasn't easy for me when I left Fauj. Things were very challenging. All of the sudden my identity changed altogether. I was no more a Captain Sunana. I was just Mrs. Pradeep at some point of a time, which wasn't easy बच्चों. But still अंदर से एक आवाज़ आ रही थी, नहीं Sunana, you have to start again from wherever. So after Fauj I completed my MBA. I came into teaching. I completed my PhD. मैं कहा ज़रूर ज़िंदगी में आगे बढ़ता रहना. And I think that's the only thing which motivated me. Where I started with a very in 2019. I started with this a mission join Indian Army. मैं अपने ना गांव में गई थी. मेरे गांव वालों ने मेरा नाम गौरव पट पे लिखा. And I really felt proud of that. और उन्होंने मुझे 26 जनवरी के लिए बुलाया ध्वजारोहण के लिए. And when I was talking there to the young girls, let me tell you, that was the life-changing moment for me. Because when I was looking at those girls, and I still remember them smiling and that twinkle in their eyes, and the thing, the hope I was able to give them, and they were feeling so connected to me, and it was so empowering for me कि मुझे ऐसे लगा this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's always not बच्चा, everybody is not that blessed. I was that blessed that I was born and brought up in that family कि मुझे मेरे parents ने मुझे courage सिखाया, the true meaning of courage. It does not mean चीज़ें मेरे तक नहीं आई, but मेरे father तक I'm sure ज़रूर आई होंगी, जिन्होंने अपने सोच से बाहर सपना देखा. So it was like that. So when I started with this young mission, yes, I didn't know from where I have started. But मुझे इतना ज़रूर पता था कि मेरी नीयत ठीक है और मैं जो भी चीज़ करना चाहती हूँ आई वॉन्ट टू ब्रिंग सम चेंज। और मुझे ऐसे लगता है भगवान ने अगर मुझे जो अपॉर्चुनिटी दी, जो ब्लेसिंग दी, नाउ आई हैव मोर द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू गिव इट बैक टू द सोसाइटी। एंड व्हेन यू स्टार्ट गिविंग बैक ना, मैं सच कह रही हूँ बच्चों, उससे एम्पावरिंग कुछ नहीं है। आपको चीज़ें सीखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, ये समय अपने आप आपको करेजियस बना सकता है। सो दैट इज़ हाउ इट इज़ सो ब्यूटिफुल फॉर मी, द मीनिंग ऑफ करेज।
So much, I mean, it's very interesting to listen to the story which Dr. Sunana has, and we will definitely have some more occasion where we spend more time with you, ma'am, and see the message which is coming very, very clearly out of the narratives which Dr. Sunana has kept in front of us is that self-belief and the sense of doing something. I think these are two things which is the key to being courageous, according to Dr. Sunana. I think we all can carry that message with us. And now let us listen to the legal professionals as to what do you think? How much the control on emotions and a particular mindset is required to be courageous at different occasions when you practice your profession in a society which is dominated by a particular gender. I will not name that.
Surely you can name it, sir. I feel that most of our professions we always get to hear, and we see that also it's a male-dominated society. But since day one, after my student life was over and I started my professional journey, I never feared that. Just the way Sunana ma'am summed up that it's always you have to be courageous from within. And I feel personally that the definition of courage, success, fear, it depends from person to person. What could be success for me might not be for somebody else here, right? And for courage, it should come within you. You should feel that you're doing something, you're making a difference, and maybe it will resonate with others, maybe it will not, but at the end of the day, you might feel that you are doing something for yourself and something that you will be able to cherish in the longer run. So that's what I feel, that you follow your own path, you carve your own niche, and in the end, I think things work out for most of us.
Thank you so much. I think she has made it very clear that the mindset which is needed is the clarity. I mean, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to follow. If you have that in your mind with adequate clarity, I think you'll be naturally a courageous person. Now I would request the business section as to what are the inner block one faces when try to become a successful, and definitely to become a successful you need to be courageous in different sense. So what do you think? What are the inner block which can come in the way of being courageous?
So first of all, hello, good afternoon, ma'ams. Can I get a reply back from all of you? मैं विप्स गई थी, मुझे बड़ा अच्छा वेलकम मिला था वहाँ पे, बच्चों ने बहुत अच्छे से रिप्लाई बैक किया था, तो आई थिंक आई कैन गेट अ कॉम्पिटिशन हियर. सो आई विल से गुड आफ्टरनून, यू विल से दैट बैक टू मी, राइट? कैन वी डू दैट? ओके. सो गुड आफ्टरनून महाराजा अग्रसेन. यार इतना कम जोश हमारे बीच में, एक कैप्टन बैठी है, तुम क्या बेइज्जती करा रहे हो हमारी? लेट्स डू इट वंस अगेन. गुड आफ्टरनून महाराजा अग्रसेन. एक और बार करते हैं, थोड़ा आर्मी वाला जोश लेके आते हैं, ठीक है? गुड आफ्टरनून महाराजा अग्रसेन. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर पेइंग अटेंशन हियर. एंड सर ने एक बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा है वेयर ही हैज़ आस्क्ड कि आपके इनर ब्लॉक्स क्या होते हैं व्हेन यू स्टार्ट समथिंग एज रिस्की एज एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. सो मैं हमेशा अपने आप को एक एक्सीडेंटल एंटरप्रेन्योर और एक एक्सीडेंटल कंटेंट क्रिएटर बोलती हूँ. मुझे नहीं पता था कि इसमें करियर कैसे बनता है, और शायद मुझे आज भी नहीं पता कि ये कैसे हो रहा है. एंड आई थिंक द ओनली रीज़न दैट कीप्स ऑल ऑफ अस गोइंग इन विच एवर फील्ड वी आर इन इज़ करेज, जो आज का हमारा थीम भी है. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि यहाँ पर जितने भी लोग बैठे हैं उनमें से बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे होंगे जो स्पेशली विमेन जो सोचते होंगे कि हमें अपना कुछ करना है. वी डोंट वॉन्ट टू वर्क फॉर समबडी एल्स, वी वॉन्ट टू वर्क फॉर आवर ओन सेल्व्स. बहुत सारे ऐसे भी होंगे जिन्हें कंटेंट क्रिएशन करना होगा. एंड ये दोनों जॉब्स बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्की हैं क्योंकि इसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि एट द एंड ऑफ द मंथ यू गेट अ पर्टिकुलर सैलरी एंड यू आर हैप्पी टू गो. यहाँ पर फॉर एवरी डे यू हैव टू वर्क हार्ड एंड एवरी डे यू हैव टू सॉर्ट ऑफ गो इन टू अ वॉर. एवरी डे देयर इज़ अ न्यू चैलेंज. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आज मैं यहाँ ऑलमोस्ट नहीं आने वाली थी. The reason I'll tell you, 2 months back I got pneumonia. तो मेरे lungs में pneumonia हो गया था. And pneumonia, if any किसी को यहाँ पे हुआ हो तो उन्हें पता है कि it leaves patches in your lungs. And because of that, आप हर 2-3 महीने में whenever the weather changes, your body reacts. And yesterday I got a very bad fever of around 102-103. In the morning I was so sick, I was not able to get up. But then I thought that I would miss out on this very nice opportunity of networking, of actually listening to these people. Whenever I go to any panel discussion, my motive is majorly to listen to the other panelists because I get so much out of them. अभी भी मैं जब दोनों को ही सुन रही थी तो मुझे इतनी सारी चीज़ें खुद लर्न करने के लिए मिल रही थी बिकॉज आई कम फ्रॉम दैट प्लेस. आई वॉज देयर 2 years ago. आई वॉज ऑर्गेनाइजिंग इवेंट्स, कॉलिंग अपॉन स्पीकर्स. आई वॉज देयर 2 years ago. एंड द जर्नी फ्रॉम दैट चेयर टू दिस चेयर, इट टेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ करेज. बहुत रिस्क हैं, बहुत रिस्क इन्वॉल्व हैं. और हमारे अंदर ना सर एक इनर ब्लॉकेज होता है स्पेशली विद विमेन. हम रिस्की काम करने में ना बहुत डरते हैं. हमें एक सपोर्ट की नीड लगती है हमेशा क्योंकि हमारी शायद पेरेंटिंग या पीयर हमें ऐसा बना देता है कि तुम्हें शायद कहीं ना कहीं फॉल बैक करने के लिए एक जगह चाहिए होती है कि मेरे लिए वो मेरे पेरेंट्स बने कि डू वट एवर यू विश टू डू. अगर शायद वो मुझे ये नहीं बोलते ना कि तुम्हें जो करना है वो करो, मैं शायद ये नहीं कर पाती, मैं इतना रिस्की पाथ नहीं ले पाती. तो वो जो हमारे इंटरनली एक ब्लॉकेज होता है कि वी नीड अ सपोर्ट, वी नीड समबडी टू फॉल बैक ऑन. नॉट जस्ट कि हम जो काम कर रहे हैं उसमें, बट इट टेक्स सच अ इमोशनल टोल बिकॉज आई मीट a lot of people on a everyday basis. I run 3 parallel companies and I meet a lot of students, I meet a lot of entrepreneurs, I meet a lot of business leaders as well. And whenever I meet them, somewhat in the initial years, I felt intimidated. मुझे लगता था कि यार these people are 30 something, 40 something and you know they have so much experience and they are calling upon me. I am in a workshop, I am teaching them how to go into digital marketing or how to use AI tools. All of this, I used to take training sessions for them. तब मुझे लगता था कि ये जितने, जैसे आप लोग तो मुझसे छोटे हो, यहाँ बैठे हो तो मुझे कोई इतना intimidated फील नहीं होगा. But whenever the audience used to be 40+ men, mostly men, because when you are into business, it is predominantly done by men. And अभी भी जितने आपको बड़े business leaders मिलेंगे, वो सब by default, आप कुछ भी कह लो इसको, वो men ही होते हैं. तो जब आप उनसे मिलते हो तो आपको लगता है इंटिमिडेटेड, आप फील करते हो कि आई एम वॉकिंग इन अ रूम फुल ऑफ मैन एंड देयर इज जस्ट वन वुमन आउट देयर हु इज टीचिंग देम. सो इट इज़ क्वाइट इंटिमिडेटिंग. बट what helps you, I feel, is an emotional support that you have, maybe from your family, maybe from your partner, maybe from some of your friends. I have a bunch full of friends. One of him is passed out from this college. So on the way I just called him. मैंने कहा मैं तेरे college जा रही हूँ आज. So he was really happy that you come up here. And my parents, I think they've given me so much support all through my life. I did my bachelor's in electronics. And electronics में ना 30 लड़के होते थे तो 2 लड़कियाँ होती थी हमारी क्लास में. एंड देन आई परस्यूड इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स, मास्टर्स इन इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स. उसमें भी यही था कि हमारा 30 का बैच था, उसमें हम 5 लड़कियां थी और 25 लड़के थे. तो वो पूरा ही सिनारियो हमें शुरू से ऐसा मिलता है. हमें शायद कभी फील नहीं होती ये चीज़. एज मैन हम ये फील नहीं कर पाते कि जब आप माइनॉरिटी में होते हो तो आप कभी ना कभी एक इमोशनली इतना ज़्यादा ओवरवेल्म्ड हो जाते हो कि मैं यहाँ पर क्या अच्छा कर पाऊँगी, क्या मैं इन लोगों से कम्पीट कर पाऊँगी. ये हम एवरीडे बेसिस पर हम बोलते नहीं हैं. कोई भी लड़की आपको आके ये नहीं कहेगी कि यार मैं तुमसे इंटिमिडेटेड फील कर रही हूँ, कोई भी नहीं बोलेगी. मैं भी नहीं बोलती कहीं भी जाके. But it's just that we are discussing it here. It's very important for women to understand that you will feel intimidated and it's okay. It's absolutely fine. What you have to do is just overcome that feeling and have confidence in yourself. So I feel वो जो inner blockage है वो बाहर के pressure से बहुत ज़्यादा create होता है, हमारी parenting से, हमारे आसपास के माहौल से, जैसे हम बड़े हुए हैं उससे बहुत ज़्यादा create होता है. हमें बोला जाता है कि ऐसे इस तरीके से बैठो, ये पहनो, ये बोलो, ये मत बोलो, यहाँ बोलो, यहाँ मत बोलो.
I think this is beautiful description of the inner blocks and the reason why one would have inner blocks and how to deal with that. In her description, she has highlighted that the emotional support is required at every moment in order to handle the blocks. Now, the emotion is supposed to be, I think this is to all the panelists, emotion is supposed to be the most personal commodities. But in fact, our emotions are determined by others. Others makes us happy, others makes us sad or whatever. So we allow our most personal commodity, we give it in the hand of others. How reasonable is this, and what is the solution available according to you from your personal experience?
I think emotions come a lot more in way when we have some sort of personal relationships and personal commitments. It's some sort of more difficult when I have to tell to a friend or somebody I know I have a personal bond with somebody. Your behavior is hurting me or anything, any feedback sort of will be much more difficult in a personal relationship. However, in a professional setting, I believe it's much more easier to give a critical feedback also if that's required in front of 50 people. I'll be more sort of having a comfortable this thing in a professional setting, because at that point of time, the logics can take over the emotions. And also, just to answer your questions more precisely, I believe that there shouldn't be anybody who's taking control of your emotions. Your remote control should be in your own hands. As a student, when you're in the age group of, let's say, 16 till 20, 25, you do already have a lot of things around you, many responsibilities on your shoulders that makes you feel anxious, depressed at times, extremely stressed, overwhelmed, number of emotions. But I feel that ultimately you should be able to control them and have a more composed state of mind, because that eventually is going to help you make better decisions for yourself as a student, as an individual. In the longer run, that's going to help you. So as long as we can just make ourselves feel that ultimately it's us who's going to decide whatever decisions we are taking, it's always going to be advantageous.
I think this is very important for this generation. Don't allow anybody to control your emotions. Just keep reminding yourself that my emotion has to be in my hand. I will not allow others to control it. I think that is important takeaway from this sharing. See, I basically am a mental health professional, so deal with abnormal minds. But here, lot of things that that can be an example of being courageous in different situations can also be looked at by the society as kind of abnormality. I mean, this is not something which is accepted from you as women. I think this is also kind of said to being courageous, where you will have to break the stereotypes of the society. I think you all must have experienced this also.
I think we all experienced that. When I was young, I still remember the concept of beauty, I think, बहुत ही differently attached है women के साथ. And being into sports, मतलब मेरी पूरी ज़िंदगी सरकारी कपड़ों में निकल गई है, जिसको बोलते हैं ट्रैक सूट पहन के, शॉर्ट्स पहन के, टी शर्ट्स पहन के, and I used to feel so proud. But कहीं ना कहीं मुझे ऐसा लगता है मुझे ये blessings भी मिली है, because when I was playing, when I was young, for me the concept of beauty was different, because the society made it different for me, because I was always playing tan, tomboy kind of a girl. तो मुझे कभी लगा ही नहीं कि आई एम ब्यूटीफुल। तो मेरे डैड ने एक बड़ी खूबसूरत सी चीज़ मुझे बताई कि बेटा सूरत पे नहीं सीरत पे काम करो। सूरत और ये ट्रेंड्स जो आजकल हम फॉलो करते हैं ये बहुत आनी जानी चीज़ है। द ओनली थिंग विच इट स्टेज विद यू इज यू नो योर character, your values. Or at that time when I was playing, for me the concept of beauty was कि आज मैंने कितने गोल मारे, मेरी कितनी फिटनेस अच्छी हुई, आज मैंने कितने सिटअप्स एक्स्ट्रा मारे, और you know that was against the society. But when I was doing it, that was my self belief that this is what is more beautiful. So sometimes we need to teach us also, bachcho, it's very very important. Most of the time with you young generation seeing the trends these days, ट्रेंडिंग चीज़ें आएंगी और चली जाएंगी। आप समझिए ग्रेस आपके साथ हमेशा रहेगी। देर आर फ्यू थिंग्स विच वी रियली नीड टू वर्क अपॉन, और आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट डिफरेंशिएट यू फ्रॉम अदर्स। भीड़ के साथ चलोगे तो भीड़ में गुम होके रह जाओगे, है कि नहीं? अपनी पहचान खुद बनाने की थोड़ी कोशिश कीजिए। और व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू वर्क ऑन दीज थिंग्स यू नो विच मेक्स यू मच मच मोर, और आप देखिएगा इट्स आई थिंक बाय प्रोडक्ट, आपको अपने आप वो फीलिंग आती है करेजियस की ना। यू थिंक ओके फाइन, आई एम सो बोल्ड, ओके फाइन, आई कैन कैरी दिस ऑफ ऑल्सो कहीं भी जाके, एंड इट एक्चुअली मेक्स यू फील बिकॉज द वे यू वॉक, द वे यू टॉक, एवरीथिंग यू नो, आई थिंक इट्स वेरी इंटर रिलेटेड ऑल्सो।
आई थिंक आप सब लोगों ने सुना इन पैनलिस्ट का, उनका ओपिनियन, उनके अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस, एंड आई एम श्योर आप सब लोगों ने बहुत कुछ ज़रूर सीखा होगा और अपने लिए स्टोर किया होगा, जो आप उसको शायद अपने लाइफ में ज़रूर यूज़ करेंगे कभी ना कभी। बहुत ज़्यादा मेरे को बोलना नहीं है यहाँ पर। जब हम ये बोलते हैं कि द करेज हैज़ टू बी रीडिफाइंड, इसका मतलब बेसिकली इन सारे डिस्कशन से यही आया है कि courage is not specific to a particular gender. I think it's completely gender neutral term, and everybody can be courageous provided he or she adopts the strategies which have been shared by all three panelists. And I was reminded to make the discussion shorter because there is time pressure. So I think if anybody has the protocol allows to have some more discussion from the audience with the panelists, then it is fine. Otherwise we have almost done our bit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the panelists, for sharing your.
I would also like to kindly